it's like a little this way.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're in it.
I think so. Okay.
Alright.
Okay, Michelle, so tell me a little bit about what your lesson is going to be tomorrow.
Tomorrow we're going to be working on the final unaccented ending N, like in mountain, human, frighten, basin, and there's multiple spellings, A-I-N, E-N, I-N, O-N, there's several different spelling patterns that all do that same sound. And the reason why I'm doing this tomorrow is because according to like his spelling assessments, he needs work in those unaccented final sounds, and we had just done our first word study lesson was on the final unaccented sound ER, like in beggar and other and actor.
How did he do with those?
Well, that's why I've kind of chosen this as the area that I'd like to talk to you about, because I thought it was pretty simple. You know, I had words, there was only 3 different spelling patterns, we were going to sort the words, and he noticed the pattern, and I thought that would be simple. Yes. But come to find out, he's going to 6th grade, but he's never done a word sort before.
Okay,
like,
so this is new to him.
Yes. So I tried modeling, and I thought I did an okay job of setting it up of these are the guide words, this is how a word sort goes, and I modeled a couple, and when I was ready to sort of have him try, he just kind of stared at me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He just kind of stared at me, and he gave me that blank look, like,
Okay.
I still don't really know what you want me to do with these words. So I had to backtrack and go through it again, and he did catch on, but it took a very long time. I mean, to sort 18 cards and for me to feel like he understood it, took like half an hour.
Okay.
So.
Maybe, do you think, how do you think the student was feeling? Do you feel like he might have felt overwhelmed with those many cards, or what do you see your 2D doing as you do this lesson?
You know, he seems engaged when you're with him. I don't feel like he's really bored or uninterested. He seems focused when you're with him. I know that he has a little bit of a motivational issue with actually coming to the tutoring because he'd rather be at his camp. But once he's here and once he's with me, he seems to be following along. I just feel like the problem was I don't feel like I had a clear-cut, like the gradual release of responsibility model. Like I don't think it was clear enough, like, just watch me. Like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you how to sort the words. And now we're going to do it together. I felt like it was more I did it and then I kind of expected him to do it. I don't think there was enough, like, guided
instruction
before I wanted him to do it.
Okay.
Are
so,
you first or second tomorrow?
as you're doing this lesson, your focus would be on how to guide him better before you model?
Probably.
And would you say that starting off with maybe a fewer words instead of a lot might be helpful for him? Or what do you see yourself doing to help him meet the objectives of sorting those words?
Well, the lesson tomorrow actually has several more patterns than the last lesson. So maybe what I need to do is not decrease the number of words. Like maybe I could start tomorrow with just 3 again of the new ending.
Okay.
Like maybe A-I-N, I-N, and E-N, and then add in more patterns. Because that way he's not, maybe it's overwhelming with the choices and he's not sure what the pattern is yet.
Or do you think when you start off with those 3 words and the endings and you're going to model that for him before you move on because he was feeling overwhelmed as far as motivation and understanding it before you go into guided, have him then also follow you and do those 3 words before you even add any more? Do you think that might work?
Maybe what you could look for is, I mean, I talked about the gradual release model, like maybe you could write down like the things that I did and the things that he did in each of the parts of the model. So like what in my modeling, what was I doing, but what was he also doing?
Okay, so
And
what
then-
worked well as you model before you go on to guided?
Right, and
Okay.
sort of like maybe how I knew that we were ready, like how I knew he was ready based on the modeling to even move to the let's do it together part,
And-
the
okay.
guided instruction. And then maybe during the guided instruction, look for what did I do, what questions did I ask, how did he respond, and how might I know that he's ready to move on to the independent practice.
Okay, that sounds good. So what we're going to do, as far as your objective, because you want to see if he understands spelling the words within those patterns. And what I'm going to look for tomorrow is your modeling technique and what questions you ask during guided, and see what the student does as well as you to kind of assess where we should go on from there. And then maybe we could think of some different activities he might like for sorting or word patterns, and you know, discuss that from there.
Yeah, because that'll be helpful, because I feel like if I can get some feedback and understand how I'm bringing him through this process, I'll be able to help him next time we do a different kind of sort, because I might do things that I don't realize. Like
Exactly.
Maybe, and like being able to see the different parts, I'll be able to.
So, exactly. So that's what I'll look forward to tomorrow. Have I addressed all your needs and concerns or anything else you want to discuss before tomorrow?
I think so. I think as long as I can plan in my head and plan, you know, to do, let's do it to, like, watch me, I'll do it, then do it together, and then he does it independently. I feel like having that middle part of let's doing it together will help him be able to to meet the objective better than my first time when he really didn't understand, and I feel like I threw him into it a little too soon. So.
Well, that's really good too, though, Michelle, because you know your student, so you're going to know what works best, and it's just all about assessing and monitoring and tutoring. So I think it'll go well tomorrow, and I can't wait to help you with that.
See, thank you.
You're welcome.